Hey guys, and welcome back to another Technology Guru video. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full tutorial and overview of how to use Google Forms to create great looking and very useful and efficient forms that you can send out via email, you can send out via links, or however you want to do it. But Google Forms is a part of the Google Docs suite. It's the free suite of applications that Google allows you to work with all in sync in unison with your Google Drive and things like that. In order to navigate over to where you can start making forms in the Google's Forms page here, just go ahead and go on over to Google, and then all you'll need to do is just search for Google Forms, and then the first one that comes up here, you can click on that one, and then you're going to see the whole suite of apps, the Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and then the last one over here, the purple color one's going to be Forms, and that's going to take you to the home page here. Now, on this page here, this is where you're going to begin the process of creating your forms. Now, I always like to start with a blank canvas, but they do provide you with awesome templates. You have a contact information template, RSVP, party invite, t-shirt sign up, event registration, and once you've clicked into one of these templates, you can actually edit them to fit whatever need you want. Now, again, if we go to the more option here, you're going to see that there are a ton of different templates that the Google Forms page provides you with, and they even separate them by category like personal, work, education, and whatnot. So right now, to begin with, I'm going to start a blank form to show you how to utilize this application to create beautiful looking forms to utilize for your business or operation. So if you see here, when we create a blank form, we're going to be opted with this option here where you see a blank form with one question that's untitled as well as a form that's untitled. So if we double click there where it says untitled form, we will be able to give our form a name. So I'm going to go ahead, for the purposes of this tutorial, go ahead and title that form, just title form. And then you could even give a description of that form if you want to right here. So if you're wanting to let people know what this form is for, you can type right here in the description option. Now let's move to the fun stuff. So right here, you're going to see an untitled question. So that's going to be obviously the first question here. Now, obviously, just like it worked for the title of the form, if we click here where it says untitled question, we will then be able to go ahead and title that question there. And then also underneath, you're going to see option 1, which is the first answer if you want it to be multiple choice. And then if we want to, we can add other options by clicking the blue add other link here. And then as you can see, we can add as many options as we want to that question. And then if we want to, we can go and click the X next to that answer and remove that specific option if we've added one too many. Now, you don't have to do a multiple choice question. You can click the drop down menu right here where it says multiple choice, and you are actually able to choose a number of different types of questions. We have short answer, those are boring. We have paragraph, I hated those in school. We have multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, linear scale, multiple choice grid, and then you have date and time and stuff like that. So if we wanted to, we could go to short answer here, and then you could see it will provide the person who has the form a space here where they can go and type in their short answer. But we're going to stick with multiple choice just because it's easier and it works better for this tutorial. But I do want you to know that you can choose from a number of different types of questions that suit your needs. Now, in order to add another question, you'll just need to click the addition symbol over here. This is going to be where all of your tools are to edit and make this form your own. So right here, you're going to see the addition symbol. Click the add question, and then as you can see, it's now added another question. And within the same form, you can actually have multiple types of questions. If you want one to be multiple choice and you want the other one to be short answer, again, go and select that specific question and then hit the drop down menu and then get the type of question that you want to do. Now, questions are not set in stone as to where they are located on the specific form. If we want to, you're going to see 6 dots at the top of the question or any element of the design of the form. If we click and hold here, you're going to see the little cursor change to the little crosshair there. Click and hold, and you can drag questions around to reorganize and rearrange where they are located on the specific form. Now, if you added a question by mistake, added one too many questions, and you want to delete that question, you can see there is a trash can right here that says delete that will allow you to remove that specific question if we click on that delete button there. Also, you're going to see a duplicate option. This is great if you've created a question that has lots of text, it already has 4 answers, and you want to duplicate that. So if we have a multiple choice question like we have here with question 1, and then we've went ahead and added the normal 4 options for a multiple choice question, we can actually click the duplicate button here, and that will actually go ahead and duplicate this question so we can have a question that looks just like this one to edit from. And again, if you want to, you can move the options around by clicking the little 6 dots here and moving those around as well. So not only can you move the question around, but you can also move the options around within the specific question. Now, you're going to see a little option here that says required. This button here, if it is checked and it is moved over to the purple here on the right-hand side, that's going to make it to where the person cannot complete this form unless they've finished or answered this question. So if you want a question to be required and you want an answer for a specific question and you don't want the user to skip that specific question, click the required button here and make it to where they have to answer this question to move on or go to the next step of the specific form. Now, let's say you're done editing your questions and your titles and things like that, but you want the form to look a little better. And I'm going to show you guys the different tools. So not only can you add other questions by clicking the little addition symbol here, you can also add titles and descriptions. So if you have a form that you want broken down into multiple sections, you can actually add titles. And again, any element you're adding to the form can be moved around just like the questions can, and it can be deleted just like the questions can. The next option you're going to see is the option to add images and videos. Again, a great feature within Google Forms. All you're going to have to do here is click on the add image button, and then you can either upload an image from your computer, take a snapshot, you can upload by URL, go to your albums or your Google Drive and do it directly from there. But again, you can just choose an image to upload, go to the image you want to upload, click open, and then go ahead and click select when it is done. And then as you can see here, I have the nice image here that I can work with all within the beautiful form itself. And again, this element works like every other element. Click the trash can to remove it, and you can move it around as well. The same thing goes for video. Click the little YouTube icon there. It's going to allow you to search YouTube, or if you already know the URL of the video, click the URL tab, paste that URL right here in this box, and that's going to populate that specific video to come up with your form when someone's within that specific section. And then the last option is going to be the add section. So if you want to have like section 1, section 2, where they actually have to click the next button to move on to the next section, by clicking the add section button, which is these 2 lines here. The last thing that I want to show you guys is the ability to spruce up your form, the ability to make it look really good. So obviously you've got the meat here of the form, the actual content, but if you want to design what your form looks like, you're going to want to click on this little guy here. It shows the color palette. So if we click this guy here, we can actually change the color of our form. As you can see here, the form is now changing colors. If we click on that again, we can go back and we can actually upload an image or a background or something like that we want to. We can upload our own photo or use some that Google already has provided to us. So you can do that all from within the color palette there. Next, you're going to see the preview option. So under preview, if we click that button there, it's going to show us what our form looks like when someone clicks on the link or opens up our form that we send them. So as you can see here, this is our form, and we've got the little next button there because we've segmented it into 2 different sections. So we're going to go ahead and click the option 1 there. And as you can see, whatever color your form is going to be the color of the little multiple choice icons, the check boxes, things like that. We're going to click the next button there to make sure the form works. And as you can see, here is section 2. Now, when someone gets done with your form, they're going to be presented with a button that says submit. The blue submit button here will allow them to submit the form to you. So if they want to, they can actually submit another response, or if we go back to our form, we can actually go now and see that someone has responded to our form. So if we go right here and click on the responses tab, which is right next to our questions, we're going to be able to see that we can see each response individually, or we can see a summary. So as you can see here, not only does it tell you the different responses that people have given to you through your form, but it actually breaks it down per section, and you can actually see different graphs and charts showing you which options have been chosen more than than others. So if you're trying to get like a t-shirt design, or you're trying to find out what people want you to do with your content, whatever you're creating this form for, you can see what the most popular vote is, and for each section it can break it down for that as well. You can do a summary or individual to show the specific sections as well. So I'm going back to the questions here. Now, after all of this is done, you've created your form, you've sent it out, you can go and you can actually go back to the homepage of your forms, and we're going to see now that Google has saved that form that we just made. Okay, so it's going to say last open 10:59 a.m. If we click on that under recent forms, we're going to be able to go back to it and actually go ahead and continue editing that form. Now, if we want to send this form out to go ahead and start getting responses, we can go ahead and click the send button here in the upper right-hand corner. We're going to see a few different options under the send form tab. So we can send via email. Obviously, you can put in multiple email addresses here, title the email, give it a message, and then include the form in the email. Click this box here. And then we can actually add collaborators if there's multiple people who you want to be able to see the form and kind of what's going on with it. Next, we're going to see this here where we can send via link. We can actually go ahead and copy this link here, put it in a YouTube video description, email it out that way, whatever you want to do. And then the last option is going to be able to allow us to share this via embed. So if you want to put this form on your website in the sidebar in an actual post, you can do that by copying the embed code. You can change the width, the height of what it looks like, and then copy that text and then go on over to your website and embed that there. So that's going to be how you can send the form. Again, you do that by clicking the white send button in the upper right-hand corner. And the last thing I want to show you is the settings options here under the gear icon. You can see here that we have general settings. You can actually limit it to where people can only respond one time. The option just a minute ago where you saw that it allowed me to go back and submit more responses. If we click this here, it will allow respondents to only submit one time for that form. Then you can go here, respondents can edit after they submit, or once they submit they can't go back. You can choose that there. And then actually under presentation, you can actually show a progress bar, shuffle the question order. I really don't know why you'd want to do that. I'm sure there's reasons for that. And then under quizzes, basically you can make this a quiz. So not only can you make this a form, but if you're a teacher or an educator, you can actually make a quiz from the Google Forms platform, and you can go in here and actually immediately after each submission, you can release the grade, don't release the grade. You can do multiple stuff here to actually make the quiz look really good within the Google Forms platform. So I'm going to go back to the homepage now just to kind of wrap this whole thing up. Again, under Google Forms, you've got templates, you've got the forms that you've done here, and you can sort your forms, put them in folders, all from within this page here. I hope you guys found this valuable. If you have, my name is Dusty. I am the owner of the Technology Guru YouTube channel here. I do technology content 2 to 3 times a week, helping you make technology easier. I do fun reviews, different things like that. This channel is a whole lot of fun. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends and family. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.